My boudoir home studio tour. Do you want to get into boudoir photography, but you're not really sure if you can do it with a home studio? Maybe you need a big high-end studio. Are people going to think you're legit? Well, I'm going to give you a tour of the space that I use. So hopefully this will inspire you to start taking boudoir photos. Hello, my name is Mike Lloyd. I am a boudoir photographer in Silicon Valley, California. I've been in the game 13 years and teaching for 11 of those. And I've done the studio space, I've done hotel rooms, Airbnbs, and now I've got a home studio and I freaking love it here for so many reasons. So a couple things to keep in mind when doing a home studio. One, clients enter through my front door and that is immediately the space where we shoot. They don't have to walk through my bedroom or down the stairs to a basement to get to the place. You want to make it as easy and as friendly as possible because it's kind of weird if you have to take people through like the kids' playroom and through the kitchen and through, I don't know, a tunnel where you have to solve a riddle and trick a troll into letting you over the bridge. I prefer to have the front space, the front entrance lead directly into the studio. I recommend you do the same. So firstly, I have a welcome sign right outside the door. All my clients love this. They show up, they take a selfie with it, and they put it on Instagram, which is free marketing for me, and they feel super cool because their name is on the welcome sign. I'm also squinty looking out into the sun, so I'm gonna go back over here. Another thing to keep in mind is the zoning for wherever you are living. So the city that I'm in does not allow permanent signage for businesses. So I hang this temporary one. You can see I put hooks and stuff up there. I hang it whenever my clients come over, and then I take it down when they're done. So I can have temporary signage, just no permanent signage. So make sure you check with your city when you get your business license to find out what sort of rules apply. I cannot have designated parking. However, I let them just park in my driveway. And I can't have enough foot traffic that it disrupts my neighbors. But all my neighbors know what I do. I do their family photos, their headshots, everything. So I've got a good working relationship. Well, they're all friends. They're more than neighbors, so I'm lucky that way. But you can go meet your neighbors and just make sure it never gets weird. All right, so let's go inside. Also, normally I shoot these on the fancy pants camera, but today we get a cell phone video because it's way easier than moving the camera and the tripod and all my lights and everything around. So here we are. All right, so as soon as we come in, hold the camera out here. I've got a rack. We call it the vault. That's my client closet. So I've got extra hangers on that. We hang up my clients' clothes. Everything else they bring, we lay out on the bed over here. I got a little Bose speaker behind me there. They get to pick whatever music they want to hear during the session. Sometimes we'll do one playlist for hair and makeup, another one for the shoot. I always let them pick. And I can either, hook my phone up to it through Pandora or Spotify, or I'll hook theirs up to it via Bluetooth, and it's super easy. Good sound. It was like 130 bucks. I've got a blog post on the Boudoir Guild about studio essentials that you need in your place that are under 100 bucks. So I'll link to that down below, and there's some things in this room that you're definitely gonna wanna pick up, regardless of whether it's a home studio or a commercial space. So, all right. Then they come over here, we've got our hair and makeup station. So these carts I just got off Amazon. My makeup artist stocked everything. That is all her stuff. I don't know what most of it is, not my job. So my client sits down in the makeup chair. I use one of my video lights, same one I use to film all my YouTube videos, fun fact. Is basically the makeup light so that my makeup artist can work here and make over my client while I sit down on this bench and we sit here and talk. I'm always in the room during hair and makeup. That's really important to me. And I've got great feedback from my clients. A lot of them have told me specifically they appreciated that I just sit here and talk with them. Camera is over there. It's not in my hands. We're just hanging out. And as they get rotated around in the makeup chair, I move around them. So we're always making eye contact. That way they're not like staring at the wall and it's weird talking to somebody over the shoulder that they really just met. So then hair and makeup is done. We wheel these out of the room. In that door right back there is the bathroom where my clients change. That is their space. We don't go in there as long as my clients are here. So the only time that changes is like if they need help zipping a dress, lacing a corset, If they need assistance, my makeup artist will go in there. They'll knock on the door and ask them to come in. They go in. I do not ever go in there until my client is totally done out of the house. So make sure you have a designated restroom for your clients. It needs to be clean, like super duper clean. Like you would eat dinner in there clean. Hopefully you have really high standards for where you eat also. I vacuum, I mop it, I wipe everything down with Clorox wipes. Same thing here. All of our brushes, everything gets sterilized and sanitized between every use. I take Clorox wipes, I wipe down anything that my clients sit on. Even the makeup chair, because people walk in here super nervous, they're all sweaty. That thing probably gets more germs on it than anything else in my studio. So everything gets a Clorox wipe when we're done. All right, so once hair and makeup is done, we'll actually start the shoot. We'll pick clothes they got down on the bed, and we'll pick from whatever they want out of the client closet here, and then choose the order of operations. So, if they pick out an outfit with a corset, that goes last because it's gonna leave lines in their skin. So I'll let them pick their outfit, I'll go change. That's when we wheel the stuff out of here. I take the client closet, it's on a rack, and we wheel that out over here. So it's right outside the restroom door for them. And then we can start shooting. I've got 5 different backdrops hung up here. And you can see I just mounted the rollers to my ceiling. Family history of construction. I'm a pretty crafty dude, so I know how to do all of this stuff. If you don't, you can find someone to come in and do it for you. That to me was way easier than having a backdrop stand in here where I would have to raise and lower the thing, take the backdrops off. It's just a giant pain in the butt. So much easier to just pull these chains and roll them up and down. Also, I have that gray wall I love to shoot up against, and I have this purple wall with the matte black curtains and the gray chaise. Looks really cool with my hardwood floors too. So I wanted to get different looks on every single wall. And over on this wall, I don't really care for those curtains in the photos, but I do love the fireplace. This looks really cool with my lighting style. And then over here on this wall, well, I've got the bed. It's a queen size bed, and I think I have 9 different colored sheet sets for it. So a couple days before the photo shoot, my client gets an email asking what color sheets they want on the bed so I can make sure they're clean. In case we got back-to-back sessions that want the same color, I can let the second shoot know, like, hey, sorry, the other one's already been claimed, but I'm happy to do literally any other one. And it's usually fine. Also, those gray curtains look pretty cool in the photos. And everything in here is movable. I put furniture pads on the bottom of all of the furniture, so they slide really easily across my floors without scratching them, because these were expensive floors. So if I want to just shoot on those curtains, I can just slide the bed out of the way, and it's totally fine. So this room, I think, is 17 by 20. So it's about 340 square feet. It's just a regular living room. And that's where we do all the sessions. And there's more than enough space in here. You can see over on this side, I have a couple different chairs, a couple different stools. I have my main light there. And once I wheel the vault out of here, you can see I got 2 more lights, a honeycomb grid and a strip box over here. And that's my studio. Don't need a ton of space to do this. Given I've been in here almost 2 years now, building up stuff as we've gone. So I didn't start with the backdrop rollers up there. I had a backdrop stand. And after the second shoot, I'm like, this is stupid. I got to change that. And then I did. And then the walls, this one was white, which was way too bright for my style of photography. So I tried hanging different things up there. I had window scarves. I took all that down and painted the wall purple. So it didn't start that way, but after like 6 months of trying to figure out how to fix it, I finally was able to fix it. What other changes have we done in here? Oh, notice I have can lights all the way around in the ceiling. I didn't have all those when I moved into this room. I only had, I had the 2 on this wall, and then I had like those 2. Not enough light in here to actually have legit ambient light so that the room was bright enough. Because I'm not going to open up the big windows and like let, everyone see the photo shoot. That's not going to help my clients feel safe and secure. So I hired an electrician to come out and put can lights all the way around the room. And 2 sets of switches. So I can control with a dimmer switch the lights above each of my 4 walls. So generally, if I'm going to shoot against this wall, I will turn those 2 lights off and just keep the other 3 on. So whatever lights, I'm not shooting under, those ones stay on. Whatever lights I am shooting under, those ones get turned off. And that's just because there is a chance that these overhead lights, you can already see like the hard shadows under my eyes, generally will not compete with my strobe, but sometimes it does, and it can make a weird shadow I just don't even want to worry about. So again, that was a thing that I didn't have when I first moved in here. I was just turning my video lights on, those LED boxes, just for more ambient light in the room. So don't think you need to have everything figured out in your first go, because I definitely did not. But, we started the space. Also, the bed was too low. I had to put a box spring underneath the mattress because I didn't realize how small the bed frame was when I got it. So we did one shoot that was like way low to the ground. And after that, I'm like, cool, Amazon overnight, send me a box spring, put that together. Again, just as we noticed things that didn't flow right in the photo shoot and that I wished I could change, I did. I did it over time, and I'm still making adjustments in here. So who knows what's next? I got lots of plans, and you don't need a big fancy studio space to take gorgeous photos. This space is working just fine for me. I've made a lot of money in this room in the last couple of years. So if you have access to a room like this in your house, great. Again, watch the video on how to create a safe, comfortable environment for your clients. I've got that on this channel as well. Definitely recommend that one for you, and take to heart what I talked about in this video. Stuff like having a private bathroom and the welcome sign out front. Don't make them walk through all of your own personal living space. Keep everything super duper clean. Make it a professional environment your clients feel good in. You got this. So if you have any questions about it, drop them in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. I know this video is a little bit different format than what we usually do, so I hope you like it. Let me know if you want more of these sort of ad-lib, cell phone videos. My arm is getting tired, so 12.5 minutes is plenty of time to hold this thing up. You are amazing. We'll see you inside.